Lunch with your fave is brought to you by KFC. Finger licking good. You look like a threat. I'm a threat. Yeah, it's a bang.
Listen, did you just hear that track? Did you just listen to that track? I won't tell you I'm hanging out with the coolest kids in the building. I won't tell you nothing. But you're definitely going to tune into Yarona FM on a Friday between 1 and 2 p.m. and find out that your this week's quest is the award-winning artist, musician, and content creator who just gave you that banging song that topped so many charts. It's 𝗘𝘃𝘁𝘁𝘶, and he's joining me in the studio today to give us more insights about him. If you can't beat them, you join them. So I just feel like I can't serve a good life. I'm not chilling with people with the good life. Welcome, 𝗘𝘃𝘁𝘁, and thank you so much for honoring the invite to Yarona FM.
Thank you so much for having me from a dorm room to 𝗕𝘃𝘁𝘁𝘶, two-time Yama award-winning, the reigning champion. I got the best hip-hop, I got the best newcomer. Thank you so much. Like, Yarona FM, and everybody else listening. Okay, it's a volume. Oi.
Love that. Listen, I think your introduction shows us how you highly appreciate your supporters. Because
for sure, Abby, come on, my investors. The people who have invested in me.
I like that. And I like that Luhle from dorm room.
Hey man, that's what look at us. Look at us. Who would have thought?
Dude, who would have thought? So take us through who 𝗘𝘃𝘁𝘁𝘁 is. What are your real names?
Yeah, man, because I music.
I think.
Funny story, actually. My name before rap was 𝗕ci𝘁𝘁𝘁𝘁𝑚. I didn't even know how to spell rhythms at the time because I spelled it RY.
How old were you?
I was young, primary, you know. So the music bug, I think, caught me because I used to have a neighbor. His name is 𝗪𝗶𝘁𝘁𝘶, Stana. I don't know if he still does music, but yeah, that's the person who got me into music. And yeah, man, you know, you go through that phase of trying to steal other people's lines. I used to be heavy into Bow Wow, Lil Romeo, because that's my era. Yeah, so I went through that line of biting everybody's stuff. But it was only until high school that we started forming this crew. It's called Cabin Fever. If you're on Palape at that time, you would have known. We were kind of like...
Did you grow up with, what's his name, Sean Ramsey?
Yeah. I know Sean. Yeah.
Especially that you mentioned Palap, I'm like, hey.
Stana's also from Palape. Yeah. It's like Palape is very, they get busy out there.
Yeah.
So we started, you know, those high school rap crews. But then I had to leave, change schools. And then that's when the solos thing started. So I think 2014 is when I started going full on solo. And then, fast forward university, blew up.
And you schooled in the UK?
Yeah, I was in UK I'm a top achiever. I was in UK for like 4 years.
I like that. Oh,
come on. This is me.
I'm saying you won't hear me say nothing about the people I chill with.
I'm just saying. This is my part-time gig, you know.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of my crew here.
So,
the media, I don't want to listen.
I wasn't even aiming for it though. Because I wanted to do law. Well, first I wanted to do radio actually. Because radio is my love. And I think I'm going to do it at one point in time. After I kill the raps. So I wanted to do radio. But then I was good orator. I was good with words. I was good with presentations. So I thought, maybe I'll kill law. So yeah, I went to UK for 4 years. I did accounting and finance. And then I did a master's in marketing and analytics. And I just came back last year. That's when I came back. Yeah.
And you come back to get awards.
I mean,
sickening, man.
Hey,
So how did you get started in the music industry, though? You know, from I understand you guys had a group, and then when did the solo thing hit you? Like, listen, I'm ready. The world is ready for me.
I think first year of uni. That's when I was like, okay, now I really have to do this. Like, I have to give it my all now. Again, now go to invest in the studio time. I actually saved my allowance. I bought myself studio. I learned how to mix and master off YouTube. Shout out YouTube Academy. So I think that's when I really started taking it seriously. Like, oh, now I really have to think about music and submissions and content and how we communicate these stories of my life and my friends into something palatable that people can enjoy. So I think first year of uni, that's when I was like, yeah, I would get 𝗕𝗃𝗴𝗃.
You're really good with words. Are you one of those guys that sends the type of guy that sends paragraphs?
No.
You
no,
don't?
I don't.
Come on.
No, I'm very clear and direct. You know what? Ke gonela two lines like I was to no.
Ari.
Okay.
Now, what inspired you to decide on the genre? Before that, actually, before the inspiration, what genre do you make?
What is it that I make? They call me hip hop. I think it's more like Afro fusion, Afro swing, Afro something.
You just make good music.
I just make good music, man. I don't like being. I'm actually working on some gospel EP, by the way.
Really?
So yeah,
a gospel
EP.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you, I'm
on.
like I told guys, I'm touching 7 genres. I've done a kwasa song. It's just not out yet. I'm working on a gospel EP. R&B go and hella impala, but other stuff it's popping flames for me. So I wouldn't know what genre.
I can't wait for the gospel EP.
I wouldn't know what genre. Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Insane.
Listen, the other thing I wanted to ask you, now I'm just caught up in gospel. I'm just like, what? So the other thing I wanted to ask you, so you're in uni, you're far away from home. You know, what kept you grounded to your craft? What helped you or inspired you in times where, because I hear you artists, you guys have these moments where things are not just going well. You're not creative enough.
Yeah.
So what makes you come back home to yourself?
I think it's about you have a responsibility to tell your story, and your people's story, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that was the thing for me, especially because I used to be so heavy into like the English raps. When I got my American, and then I was like, nah, it doesn't make sense. And look at the biggest song I made, which was 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘃𝗵,
Yeah.
which I made in UK. UK people don't even know what 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘃 is. They don't understand the concept of it, but they love the song. So I think for me it was that thing of telling your own story and telling it to the world because there's something to contribute. You know, there's that famous saying, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's more like you have a responsibility to give your talents to the world. 𝗕𝗃𝗁 said, the only thing worse than death is a regret-filled coffin. So try before you die, or always wonder what if. So you have a responsibility for to give out all your talents to the world. If you're good on the mic, you owe yourself that opportunity to go and MC, to go and try radio. If you're good with cameras, you owe yourself that thing, content. So it's just about giving your gifts to the world and telling my story. That was the only motivator for me.
Great. Yeah. So how was it performing back to 𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗵?
Crazy. Like I said, they don't grasp the concept, but the song is just the one thing about music. When it hits you, you feel no pain. So I think they feel it like I feel it, even though they can't connect to what.
The same way that song. What's the song that you said? You have no idea what the words say.
𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 is literally, I don't even know what that title means. Because I got that from 𝗪𝗪𝘁𝘂𝗵 on Ojoelek, but he says 𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 I was like, damn, that sounds nice. Let me take that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now let's go to 2023.
Yes.
As the YAMA Awards happening the 8th.
Yes.
And before Ritsana Kuti Awards in Sahau.
Yeah.
At that time, okay, I knew your song for sure. I didn't know who 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝘃𝗵 was.
Yeah, the face was not.
You know, also you made sure the face was not. Next thing.
Yeah.
Gates on the sides are opening.
Come on.
Come
on.
There's a nigga on top of the
Big
car.
story.
Big story.
Hey,
lights, cameras,
talk
action.
about it.
I'm like, who's that?
Who is that guy?
What was the inspo with that interest?
Man, that was 𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗵 put that together. He was creative directing the thing. He was like, I think this song about something grimy, something to touch base. And we put that together. I think the thing is, I was so nervous because we had never rehearsed with the car before. It was just like, okay, so I was like, yeah, I don't know how is he even gonna start the song on cue with 𝗪𝗃𝗃𝗃? It was just a whole lot of moving parts, but I think we did amazing. The dancers as well. Everything, it gelled so mnandi. It was absolutely beautiful, man.
Listen, I want to jump right into my favorite track. I know but 𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 is definitely my favorite song. I'm going to play it before we talk about it.
Yeah.
And if you just tuned in, this is The Good Life on Yarona FM. I'm chilling with your fave today, being 𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, out here to remind you. He's not going to tell you anything. He's just going to remind you. Listen, he's been down bad. His career. He's never done bad. Somebody sent through a WhatsApp text some time back. Please ask 𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 what was happening in his life. The song.
𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘃𝘁𝘃 is a song about the stresses that come with successes. Wabana. So everything may be going up, everything may be well, but Mama Zala kahara, wana, you never give me the time, you don't text back. Hey, I'm dealing with the Lord. Hey, bafana ban lawyer, go busy kaha, you know. So it's just about, you know, the growing pains, you know. Yeah, so success also comes with the cost of some things you have to neglect, and that's what 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝘃𝘁 is about. It's like, hey, trust me on this journey. I got you, Sintobo. I can never do you wrong.
Bonolo sent me a WhatsApp text. I had a perfect. Let's hear the voice. Perfect. I got capital letter.
Perfect.
Give us here.
Hey,
let's hear what this one says.
Yeah.
Hey guys, bona campo slim cut. Who is who?
The same guy, 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝘃𝘁, aka 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝘃, aka the hardest moving property in BW Entertainment. What about you know it? Like I can't lie, go nigga sharp.
Listen, I love this. Pachini sent through fire emojis.
Too much. Too much.
I love more dope. Too much fire with a lot of fire emojis. Listen, now comes to you bagging your awards.
Yeah.
Did you see it coming?
I'd say yes. Yeah, I did. Because I think that was the best campaign ever in the history of Yamas. That one was top one. There was absolutely no way. Undeniable. It was it was undeniable, yo.
Love your confidence.
The content, not only was the music good, because at that point it's no longer about the music. Because you got to understand, like the category I was in, it was like titans of industry. Like guys who've already done this for years, you know. We've already had the Yamas. Now it gets an like fresh, you know, but I knew they weren't gonna campaign as much because maybe it's like, we've done this before.
Which categories did you win?
I want best hip hop and I want best newcomer.
Hey, man.
Yeah, I wanted best newcomer the most because you can't do it twice.
Yeah,
you know,
no, I feel you.
Imagine. So yeah, I knew not a lot of Oaks were gonna market themselves like that, and I was like, nah, this is where I'm gonna get them because the music is already good. Back to Mashata is like undeniable, you know. So the music was there. It was just Kanya Udira content, and yeah, thank you thank you to 𝗪𝗂𝘁𝘁𝘃𝘁 for voting, and we had people from UK, Baragalabo Mama Zali the airtime. That was like, it was a crazy time. It was a crazy time. Like the love was felt. So 𝗪𝗂𝘁𝘁𝘁𝘃, as much as those trophies are mine, they're yours as well. So yeah.
Let's talk about the 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝘁𝘃 track.
Oh my goodness, that one is gonna be a maza.
Like,
that one is gonna be
you're
too
cooking
much.
something, and today you're up and about.
Listen, 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝘁𝘁 is a very special track. I got two of my favorite people on there. I think I've been teasing the one verse. People haven't heard who comes on the second one, so it's a very, especially during this time, because it's an independence, it's an elections, it's a festive season. It's a time to reflect back home. You know, reflect on the year, and that's what the song is about. So I'm gonna be teasing it tonight. Go 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝘁𝘁, 5 p.m. till late. 𝗕𝗃 Steakhouse, go game 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝘁𝘁. Come through for a vibe.
But what's the message? The message behind the song is reflecting.
It's
Were
reflecting.
you homesick when you were in UK? Because I feel like in your music, the way you've been creative, you've always had like, I can't wait to get back home.
I think my inspiration behind the songs is it has to connect with just the average Motswana. Like 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝘁𝘁 is, it's such a simple concept, but it is so universal because 𝗕 could mean anything. 𝗕 could mean Mambata,
or your ex.
Yeah, me. 𝗕 could be a person, that one person who makes you feel safe. You always run back to that person. So my thinking is not necessarily homesickness. It's about infusing Botswana culture into universal concepts, and that's where 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝘁𝘁 comes from. Yeah.
Now you talked to, let me take you a little back. You talked about you studying accounting and then also having your masters in marketing.
Yeah.
And you're a content creator.
Yeah.
Beside music.
Yeah.
How did you get from wanting to be a lawyer deciding to study accounting.
Yeah.
Because we're not jadi palo, and then you're like, but for my masters, I wanna
Yeah, I
do
wanna.
marketing.
Listen, I think I could still kill law, right? That's one. Radio, I'm definitely gonna do it. That one is for sure in the books, either radio or podcast. That one for sure is gonna happen. I'm not even worried about that one. Law, I think that one time is gone now.
Yeah.
Accounting and finance, I just did it because, you know,
You qualified.
I qualified and I could do it. You know, I have the degree at home.
So why not?
The way I looked at accounting and finance is like, okay, sharp. Do I want to do this for the next 20 years of life? It's like, is this a thing I really want to get
Yeah.
good at?
Yeah, right.
Because once you commit, it's like a for life thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to what. So I was like, nah, accounting and finance seems so boring anyway. I don't want to do that. Gape, hey, man, now we balance the number. The company need to lose a money. So I was like, next 20 years, is accounting and finance something I want to do? Nah, not really. I'm not really motivated by money.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I think marketing, analytics, that's where the world is going. The world is leading towards more content-driven stuff. And luckily for me, I made the switch early. And
Yeah, you
here
did.
we
Hey,
are.
Do you have a full-time job at the moment?
Yeah, I do. I'm actually in marketing.
Obviously.
We're putting some great concepts around the city. But
Okay,
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, what have been the challenges since you joined the entertainment industry, especially only back home?
I think here there's not so much of a structure. There's no structure. Yeah, and there's a lack of paperwork. It's just handshake deals and so yeah, I'll say like the lack of structure, the lack of platforms. We don't have a lot of platforms here. It's like, you know, you have like what, 2 shows at BTV to go to and a couple radio stations,
Yeah.
maybe newspapers. So there's not a lot of platforms that Botswana creators can win at. But I think TikTok is the one that kind of leveled the game. I mean, you look at you were never gonna hear that.
Had it not been for TikTok.
Exactly. So I think
Yeah.
TikTok kind of levels the game. And I think right now, for us as Botswana artists, we have to realize that we are now we are the platforms now.
We are.
So we can't wait on other people to call on us and say, hey, can you come do a spot for us on radio? Can you come do something, a TV show? But no, you have to create that yourself, which is hard. Like for artists, it's hard. Artists just want to go to studio, record, go home. That's it.
Do you ever, I mean, now because I have like your personal number, I could
Yeah.
see your statuses.
Yeah.
And I was just going to talk to you about it.
Yeah.
When do you sleep?
How
You're
am I?
always doing
always
music.
working. Always.
It's crazy. You're literally
I'm-
always singing
I'm so
everywhere.
busy. I'm so busy.
Anytime.
That's how 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝗵. But I'm like, yo, I'm always busy. I'm always up to
What?
something. I get chased at studio or rehearsals or we have to go shoot content. There's just so much to do in
Do you
24
ever
hours.
have a mind block in your creativity?
No, not really. I don't believe in mind block. You just have to work through it. You have to work through it. It's just like inspiration. You can't wait for inspiration to happen. You can't just wait and be like, give me the inspiration. Now you have to like work through it in a way, in a sense.
Okay.
Obviously, there'll be those periods I want to tata,
Yeah.
but yeah.
What's that jikeleze?
But you just have to work through it.
And let's jump into what
Yeah.
seems to be the problem to most creatives in BW. You know, this is anxiety before it could translate to a depression, and before somebody just like, I'm outie. Do you have situations where you have your anxiety up there and it's crazy?
I don't think so. Not crazy per se, but yeah, you go through those moments. The thing with art, right, is that you're putting out your product for the world. So the minute you do that, it's no longer yours. It's theirs. And they're at liberty to trash it, to like it, to not love it, to throw so many names at you. So it's like you're growing in real time in front of the world, right? So
Yeah.
it's such a hard concept. And I think for bigger artists, it's actually much harder because they have so much on their shoulders. I remember when 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝗵 was coming out with 𝗘𝗽𝟰🰻, and there was just so much backlash on that. So of course you're gonna experience that anxiety. The music is not easy. You don't just release a song and then you're the next big thing. You're gonna go for toiling on for years. Hosana Madi, Hosana support. It's just gonna be you and your 5 friends in the WhatsApp group talking about your music. So of course it's hard. But for me, I think the win in art has to be the art itself. Like you have to do it for the sake of the art itself, not because you want to be on radio, you want to be shining. Nah, like 𝗕𝗫𝘰𝘀𝘀𝘶 is a good song. Whether it goes number one or not, it's a good song. And that's enough.
We're going to take a quick break while you engage with us on +26739 We'll be back again with 𝗕𝘁𝘁𝘀𝘀𝘀, still giving us more insight, because this is I don't want you thinking next time he's winning another award, you're like, no, but Luhle mna mo favor really.
Exactly.
I'm gonna play most of his song for the month of September. I think I need to do that. Listen. And you're still tuned to the Good Life on Yarona FM with myself, Luhle, lunch with your face, and your fave for today. It's 𝗕𝘁𝘁𝘀𝘀𝘀 right here in the studio with me. Now, 𝗕𝘁, you have traveled across the world, man. You've performed at London Pie, Radio Manchester. You've playlisted on BBC Radio.
Yes.
How crazy was that for you?
Yes, it was insane. I think, like I said earlier, like to watch a song like 𝗕𝗫𝘁𝘁𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘃 translate in UK, like it's absolutely amazing. So, like that's man. Music is a universal language.
And bringing it to back home, Botswana.
Yeah.
We see social media, I know social media in a crazy, but Black Wahara.
That was a crazy time.
And you had a whole diss track response to him? Okay, diss track
I wouldn't say diss track.
Yeah,
it was like,
shallow.
no. It wasn't a diss track. It was just setting the record straight, because this is what I realized. Like, most Botswana are not haters like that. They just, by ignorant, they just don't know they don't know. Like, they don't know. I've been rocking shows from dorm rooms to 𝗬𝗃 Academy Island to they just habaiti. So they only see the face value thing.
And I think right after the song,
Yeah.
you made a song about Black O'Hara,
Yeah.
setting the record straight, clearing any assumption.
Of course, yeah.
Everybody else started getting to know you more.
Yeah, now
You
they
started
understood the
appreciation
assignment.
music.
Yeah.
Naka.
We actually did 100 Shazams on Black O'Hara. I think, 2 weeks ago.
I had to search the nigga. I'm like, is his name really Black O'Hara?
We should get him in the video or something.
You guys should. Did he ever inbox you?
Yeah, he did during the time. He's like, oh man, thank you for keeping it so respectful. Oh, I didn't even know what was
really
going on.
Respectful.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, I don't care. I still got a song to promote. I mean, thanks, I guess.
I think, well, it was...
Yeah.
Our problem as BW people, right, is that when I don't like something, I think I need to disrespect you to show you that I didn't like it. Yeah.
But
what you did was really crazy.
Yeah.
At the same time, you made him feel like, nah, you were wrong, my boy.
Exactly.
And, and then you also made him humble enough to apologize, although
mean,
you still had music to drop.
I mean, this is entertainment, guys. It's just, we are here to entertain. That's it.
Entertain, we get paid for that.
Exactly.
So are you saying for people, if I would ever say, your music is not good,
I wouldn't. This is the thing, guys. I'm so comfortable with what I make that I value my opinion over everybody else's. When it's good for me, that's it.
They can't tell you nothing.
Yeah, it's like, you shouldn't take anything personally, whether good or bad. You should treat them all the same. So whether somebody hates it, somebody absolutely loves it, hey, man.
I like that you said whether good or bad, because there's a certain artist that yesterday I was at the somewhere. The artist was performing and somebody said, I don't want to dance along. I'm like, why? The song is
a nice song.
No, the song is amazing. Maybe it's also because I've seen him perform a lot of times. But when he feel like when he started to become prideful, he's so egocentric. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
We got into the guy's social media platform.
Yeah.
Went back to when he dropped a song. I think that was like 2021.
Yeah.
Till date, the caption changed. Oh my God! Why you born a lady? And I don't think there's a lie in that, because you artists have this thing where pride gets the best of you.
Yeah,
you forget that.
Yeah.
One of the other reasons we actually like you is because you're down to earth.
That's the thing though about Botswana. Like they don't. This is the thing about Botswana. Botswana don't want you to like. They want you to be humble. So the minute you start talking loudly and abrasively, they feel like, this is not this is not on. Which I don't get why.
Nah, I feel you and I agree with you, but as somebody who talks a lot, like
Yeah.
you say, I get you. But there's a part where you're just so prideful.
Okay, let me give you an example, right? Say if I have the best song out and I say I have the best song out, that's not bragging. It's facts.
Yeah.
If I say I have the best hip hop song out currently, I have the reigning Yarona FM best hip hop out. If I went on
aside.
a rant about that, hey,
No, facts inside. My problem is when you get off stage and you're acting like 𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 and I'm not 10 bodyguards and you don't want
Yeah.
to take pictures or
Yeah.
I need to call somebody for you to take pictures. Nah. Let's just go for a quick break before we argue. We'll be right back to balance this chat because nah. KX, worrying.
Listen, we need to have a culture of creating superstars, you know? And the only way you create a superstar is there should be some sort of division.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how superstars are made. But I get why in Botswana that doesn't happen a lot because it's such a small country. Like we all know each other. Like we shop at the same places,
Yeah,
we hang at
I'm-
the same places. So I understand where people are coming from. What? Because the thing is, what is that quote? Familiarity.
Yeah.
It doesn't breed. Okay, what does it say?
I feel you.
Familiarity doesn't breed contempt. It breeds like 𝗕𝗃𝗀𝗴𝗏. Like you're just too familiar with the person where you can't see the
See them
star
as-
in him.
yeah.
It's the same way, even in music, your friends are not going to be the people who are going to support you first. Because they just know you as,
Family,
music.
anyways.
Hey, family, what
My mom was asking me the other day, like, why do people say
Yeah.
bare uluhle?
Yeah.
I get uluhle.
People see
I'm
you and
like,
ask for
"Eish."
pictures.
Also, I mean, taking into consideration my mom is Kalanga.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
Hey.
because there's nothing I can say. My girl.
Hey.
But I really do feel you, hey. Now it's 2024. You've rocked, you've been rocking, you've never stopped,
The
you
whole
don't
year.
even sleep.
It don't stop.
Are you cooking on something? What should we expect? Festive is here, guys.
Kgopola gae.
Happy New Year.
𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃.
Later
Ebile
on.
go lezo.
If you don't go later, guys.
𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 is coming out featuring two amazing artists. Got a track eno iso re ya pelo mapo mongwana. Two of the greatest artists, and I thank them so much
are
for
they?
being. I'm not gonna reel them now. Time
Okay,
will tell.
later.
Time will tell.
Oh,
Time will
time?
tell.
Okay.
Time will tell.
Okay.
Two of the hottest artists. One of the most coveted producers in the
Hey,
game.
man.
And you know what I like about that guy? There was no hi straight after the Yamas. No hi, no how you doing. He just sent a beat peck. And that, yeah.
I like that.
I'll say engineered by the hardest working though. So everybody knows who that
Everybody
is. The
knows who
hardest
that
working.
is.
Yeah, I'll
But
give
since
that
you
one.
don't
a-
want to name and shame, name the person. It's alright.
Yeah.
It's on. So where you guys at? Can we come?
Yes,
Who could come? Who
yes,
can't?
yes. Tonight, 𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 Steakhouse by Game City from 5 p.m. till 10. It's Hip Hop Fridays. Got an all local lineup. Is going to be absolutely amazing. So come through. Pre-sold, no more pre-sold. Rega ticket to go get thing is 50 pula single, 80 pula double ticket. So come out, man. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm going to be there. Apollo Diablo, legendary, is going to be there. Ritu Meza from Yarona FM is going to be there. AB the activist, Hippie, Bam, Bino. Gotta give a shout out to my guy. Arguably dropped the hottest hip hop Botswana album this year. Gotta give that man his flowers. He's gonna be out there, so it's gonna be amazing, man. I can't wait. I'm excited. And I'm so ready for this. I'm so
Somebody
ready.
else is super excited for you being
Yeah.
in the studio. Let's hear him out.
Yo, KX legit. I love your content. Your content is pretty amazing. Yeah, performance of the Yamas, it was wild. Whoa, how we done bad, you
Whoa,
Whoa.
down there.
Rajigeleza.
That's 𝗕𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃 sending some love. Now, if somebody's tuned in for the first time and they're listening to your story and they feel like, listen, I like that. You're actually touching my life. What advice would you give somebody who's trying to start in the creative industry?
Creative industry, okay, practically learn the tools of the trade. So, okay, I'll give it music because I'm doing music. If you're going to do music, learn how to write better. I'm actually want to take 𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 classes so I can write better 𝗕𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 songs. So learn how
like
to write
that.
better, just the rhyme scheme. Learn about mixing and mastering your own music. Learn about production if you're into that side of things. So practically learn the tools of the trade and invest in the tools of the trade. There's no way you can be an artist without your own studio now. And one of my...
No, yes.
my pet peeves, right? And this is why I don't do a lot of features, because it takes a lot of time to get it back. You're gonna wait for like 6 months to get a verse back because someone still has to go book studios. It's like, come
He
on.
once said something about that when he was
Yeah.
making his album.
And-
He'd wait 6 months and then the nigga's like, listen,
Yeah.
I can't do it with you. Like, why didn't you tell me?
Yeah. So I'd say learn the tools of the trade and invest in them. Get yourself a studio setup, learn how to use that studio setup, at least learn how to record yourself, and then obviously get better at the craft, at the songwriting and developing melodies. I think mentally, just don't take anything personally, because it's never personal. It's just,
It's never personal.
yeah, every year there's going to be another guy, there's going to be a hotter single than yours. It's not personal, it's just the game.
I like
So
that.
play the game.
Now, for somebody listening in and all honest, 𝗪𝗂𝗃𝘁𝘂𝗵,
Yeah.
and they like to work with you, where can they reach you?
𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘂𝘄𝗵 on all social platforms, everywhere. Just Google me. Yeah.
Boy, just Google me.
You'll find
Listen,
out.
which song do you think I'm going to close up this chat with?
Yo, I don't know. Maybe 𝗘𝗽𝟰𝗴𝗶.
Nah, Black O'Hara coming up. Thank you so much. Thank
Love
you so
it.
much for tuning in.
Love
Thank you
it.
so much for honoring the invite, Cakes. Let's do
Yes.
this again.
Needs
We're going to
must.
be back again. Re tla go unpack.
Needs must.
We're going to unpack again.
What the premiere? Live.
You know, you feel me?
Action.
And for you tuned in when I might listen, it's going to be a dope month of September coming through. We're going to be going all local, back to back, from the morning show,
Yes.
which is the rush, all the way to the 𝗟𝗃𝗲𝘀 you should be addicted to, coming through from 7:10 p.m. Mondays to Fridays on Yarona FM. The month of September is strictly a BW music month. And let me just start today with 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝘀𝘄𝗵. Black O'Hara is the name of the song. Back to back with 𝗕𝗃𝘁𝘁𝘀𝘄𝗵 again. And 𝗬𝗃𝗲, which can't pass the torch.
Yes.
Like the threat.
I'm a threat. Yeah, it's a bad. Yeah.
Lunch with your fave is brought to you by KFC. Finger licking good.